Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Happy New Year! Welcome to His Mouthpiece. It's your girl, AK.
Happy New Year, it's your boy Q.
How y'all doing? Oh my gosh, hello! Yes, a lot has happened since last year. But we wanted to go in and start the new year off right with episode 29 of His Mouthpiece. And let's just, like we said, Happy New Year. Hope you guys are starting off to a great start. God is already starting to do stuff in our lives already at the beginning of the year. So welcome back. We are back for another full year of His Mouthpiece. And I can't wait to see what God's going to do. So this title for this one, to start it off, is Just the Beginning, Claiming His Promises. So
It's a sermon.
to end our 2024 year, what me and my husband did, we did something differently this year. For New Year's Eve, we were invited to 2 parties, and in the middle of the day, I was working on a prayer wall for our family. I got that off of the movie War Room. If you haven't seen it, go see it. But it's a good movie to watch, and where they did not have in this movie, it was a prayer closet. I have a prayer wall, so still the same concept, just a wall. And I was looking where I was going to put it, and it's actually in our bedroom. Well, needless to say, we're invited to 2 parties, and I came to my husband, and I was like, I don't want to go to either. I just want to stay home. I want to have some Chinese food. I want to listen to some gospel music and just spend the New Year's with you. Like, we haven't done that in a while. Normally he DJs because he's a DJ for New Year's, for like New Year's Eve parties, but this year we didn't have any plans. He didn't have to DJ, and I was like, let's just stay home and bring in the New Year's, just the 2 of us. So we did exactly that. I had put up our prayer wall. It literally, so it says waiting and answered. Up at the top, it says prayers 2025. And on one side is waiting, on one side is answered. So the object is to write things that we're waiting to be answered in 2025, and then as they get answered, to move them over. So we listened to some gospel music, some gospel songs. We talked about like what the songs meant to us throughout the year, how they spoke to us throughout the year. It was a very intimate setting, guys. I will say he was not on board at first. He was not. He did not, because it was different. That's one thing I can say. I grew up dealing with a lot of change. So if I change something all of a sudden, it doesn't bother me as much as it bothers him. So it was something different, but I was like, let's do this. So we did it. So we put up the prayer wall. We wrote our prayers of what we were waiting for God to answer, and then we had the answer side. So I can say that we have already had some prayers answered, which is amazing and awesome to see. It's so cool to see when you pray for something and God answers it. I will say that I'm learning through this that even now, like, we are just learning how amazing and how awesome God is. So with going into like just the beginning and claiming His promises, we have started this thing new for 2025 about speaking positive, being positive about, I don't want to say everything, but just being positive. Like when life comes at us, because it will, it definitely will, and just being positive about the aspect of the fact that this is hard, but it's going to be okay. And realizing that we cannot control everything, but God has us. And I listened to a sermon from a guy, I think his name is John Hop. He's part of Alfred Street in New York. I'm probably destroying the church's name, but he's amazing, guys, amazing. And he was talking about the fact that we have to speak promises over our problems. So a lot of times we give power to negative things. And that's why things sometimes continue to happen, because we give power to them. We have to start speaking positivity. We have to start speaking that God has it. God's going to do it. God has already worked it out. It's going to work out. God already has the answer. My husband's going to share a little bit of his testimony, kind of what I'm talking about. Like when you put God in front of it, everything else really doesn't matter. Like if you put God in the sentence, it will all make sense and God will take care of it, because He does. He does, and He will. So even with regards to anything, and I can tell you, anything that you're interested in, God is too. God is interested in everything that you're interested in. And just realize how important you are to him, and how the things that you think he doesn't care about, he does care about. So we're definitely working this year about being positive Polly and positive Paul, because for one, it just makes
we gotta have those names.
I mean, I don't know. What would we be? Pauletta and Poochie? I don't know. So
no, positive Polly and Paul.
Shit it. So yes, I would just say that it's definitely something that we're working on. It's a work in progress. It's something that I'm learning to have to exhibit grace in, because I will say that where I'm at with my walk and where my husband where my husband is at with his walk, we're in totally different places. And I can't expect him to be where I'm at and not extend grace that God extends. Like, we're two different people.
This is I'm going to clarify, she has not arrived. Okay?
No, I have not arrived at all. I still have my moments. The devil does try to use me as a yo-yo, but I will say I'm not where I was. I have not arrived, no, but I'm not where I was.
I say I'm not where I was.
Not at all. No, he's not where he was, and he has definitely not arrived. Let me go ahead and put that. He is not arrived.
But I am a lot better off.
Yes, he a lot better off. A lot. 100% agree.
Yeah.
Underline, italicize, bold, agree to that. But, but for sure, in the meantime, while we're learning each other, we're learning to give each other that grace. One thing I want to iterate that we started, I want to say just the beginning of last year, we have a devotion. Mind you, it's 3. But we have 3 devotions.
One's about to end. That
we do every day. One is about love. The other one is about parenting. I feel like now is the time, before they're here, to go ahead and we started doing a devotion about parenting, because we're trying to prepare ourselves to be the parents that God has called us to be. And it's very nice. It's very uplifting. It's very encouraging. And I just pray that he recalls all of these lessons and things that we're learning about parenting, because from what I hear from other parents, that parenting is hard. Parenting is a journey. Parenting, it is very rewarding, but there are times where you're like, Lord, like, I need you. Like, I need your help. And one thing we talked about today, our lesson was talking about how use the Holy Spirit, and how God knows these kids more than you know them. He created them. So he's going to know them better than you're going to know them. He's going to know what they're going to do at times before you even know that they're going to do it, and just lean on him for that guidance. And then the other one we have is just a daily one. It's Joyce Meyer's, and it just talks about different things. So I would definitely encourage, whether you're in a relationship or if you're in a marriage, to do a devotion with your spouse, and work on doing it together, because it's something that, and then what it does too is it gives us notes to like talk it over, so we're able to talk it over with each other, so we can see like what he got out of it, what I got out of it, so you can kind of see what each other got out of it. But it's something that we do daily, and it's something that we do. Sorry guys, our kids are acting crazy over here, Diamond. It's something that we do daily. It's something that we take the opportunity to do together, and it's something that we've enjoyed. It definitely is. But for sure, that's something that we added. That was on the prayer wall, is to do something together, like to do a devotion. So we have 3 right now. One is about to end, and then we'll have 2. And one will end up having towards the end, because that one is 365. And then the other one is 280 days. The parenting one is 280. This one is 365. So we'll still be in the one that's every day, but we'll complete the 281. So exciting things about that. But again, it's just promises about what God's gonna do. I don't know if this is the year where the pride will continue, but on that note, I'm just waiting for God's timing. I'm at this point where, like I said, the song, Just the Beginning, which is what I titled this for, Just the Beginning. It's just the beginning. Like, I do believe that he has a lot more in store for us. I do believe greater is coming. I do believe that we will be parents and we will have children. But as far as when that happens, I don't know. But like I said, what we're focusing on is the positives. Like, we will be parents, which is why we're preparing to be parents. So we're doing a devotion about parenting, because being a parent, it will happen. I know that. We will be parents. We will have little children probably on the live with us at some point. But as of right now, it's just us. And that's okay, because just us is the beginning of what's to come. And what's to come is, stay tuned. Because God knows, we don't, but he does. And we're just along for the ride and waiting to see what all he's going to do with that. And what would you like to say with regards to claiming his promises? You have something to say?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Before I forgot. Yeah. Recently my truck has been having some mechanical issues. This started around a day after Thanksgiving.
Testimony coming, y'all. Testimony.
With my check engine light coming on. The first time I took it in, it was my turn indicator, so I got that fixed, got my light fixed, got the code cleared and everything. Then it came on again. I think it was Christmas?
Yes. Christmas
Day.
Christmas Day
came on again. Then, I called out, I reached out to a very good friend of mine. He came and he cleared the code again. Then it came on again New Year's. New Year's. And so I was like, okay, what is going on? It's the third time the engine light came on. We couldn't figure out what it was. So this time he asked me the kind of gas I put in. I said unleaded. Let's try premium. Go get some fuel injector. Put that in there. They'll flush out the system. So we cleared the code again. Mm-hmm. So I'm driving, and then the fourth time it comes on, we're coming home from my wife's dance rehearsal, and then it comes on again. So I'm like, okay, obviously something's up. It's coming on again, so many times. So I reach out to a buddy of mine who works with Ford vehicles and everything. I immediately take it to him. He says it's my catalytic converter on both sides. Both banks are out. Now, at this point, I'm freaking out because I don't know if it's coming under warranty. I don't know what it's going to cost me. I started asking what's the cost. He tells me $3,000, this and that. He tells me, oh, it's going to be that.
Okay, so I got to interject. So before that, let's see, it was that Thursday? Or that, my gosh, it was that Thursday or Wednesday? The day before he was supposed to go get it figured out, I was like, let's say a prayer, because we don't know what it is. We don't know what it's going to be, but we need to figure out what this is, because, I just said we need to pray. We need to pray. So I start praying. I'm like, God, you already know what this is going to be. You already know what it happens to be. So I just ask you to just take care of it and just be with us. So sorry about that. So I start praying. I'm like, God, you got this. Whatever it is, you have it. It's going to be taken care of. We just need to figure out what it's going to be, and you got it. So needless to say, he's freaking out though, because he has no idea what it is. We're asking people like what it could possibly be. He's like, that next day before he goes to see it, they say, well, it's not going to be your catalytic converter because it doesn't smell like eggs. We're like, okay, so it's not going to be that. It's not going to be your fuel injector
because the car would be sputtering, but she wasn't doing anything of that.
Okay, so then he goes to the Ford guy.
So then I take it to my friend who works for Ford, and I talk to him, and he plugs up his little computer scanner. So yeah, it's your cats, and I'm like,
So then he calls me and he tells me, he's like, it's my catalytic converter. I'm like, okay. Mind you, I know nothing about catalytic converters, but I do know they're expensive. Every time I've heard somebody talk about them, I know that they're expensive. But mind you, I'm still on, we've already prayed about this. God has already worked it out. Everything is fine. There's nothing we don't have to worry about anything because everything is fine. Well, we start figuring out it's going to be what, $3,000? $3,000 to get it fixed.
Yeah.
But that's if it's not under warranty.
Yeah. So
well,
this is where it gets interesting.
So $3,000 for that. We also can get it fixed. We can go to a muffler shop and get it.
The story,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so.
Well, it's our testimony.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
our testimony, but I was the one dealing with it.
Okay.
So he tells me, "Oh, you can get it $3,000 to get it fixed." Or you could take it to a muffler shop. They can take it off. They can get two new ones, weld them together, put them back on there, but the truck will sound louder. I said, no, I don't want that. I want my truck to sound normal. He says, well, give me your VIN number and let me see if it's under warranty. So I sent him my VIN number. Yeah, he's a dad, he's a new dad, so he's super busy. He's got a newborn and everything. So when he gets home, he spends time with him. So I was like, you know what?
So, okay, I gotta interrupt. So the women, the woman in me, no. I'm like, I'm gonna figure this out myself. That's just me. Like, I want to know if something can be done. I want to fix it. If we can figure it out ourselves, I don't like to wait. So I say, give me the VIN and I'll look it up. So I find the warranty on my phone. I'm looking at it on my phone. Okay, now you can go.
So she finds the warranty on her phone. She starts reading it, but then she says, I found something, and it says it's covered under warranty.
No,
yeah.
I said, so he gets home. I told him I found it. We're going back and forth. Mm-hmm. I tell him, I said, before we do all this, so after we get off the phone with 3,000, I call my dad because I'm a daddy's girl. So I call my dad, and I'm like, Dad, this is the situation. And immediately, as I'm talking to my dad, beep beep, my dad gets a beep, but he's like, your husband's calling me. I was like, what? So then he three-ways us on the phone. So we're all three on the phone talking about, and my dad's giving us like, hey, this is what I would do, suggestions about, what was it? A credit card and put it on there because $3,000 is really not a lot, or because it's not that big of a deal, you can wait and save the money up because it's something you needed. But he also said, if it's covered under warranty, we don't even have to use these other options because warranty is going to take care of it. So after having that conversation, my husband finally gets home and I'm like, look, I found something, but I want to look, it's better to look at it on a computer because it's a bigger screen. Okay, now go.
So I pull up my computer, turn on my laptop and everything, and then I go to the website that she was on, and I type in my VIN, and it pulls up my specific vehicle, mm-hmm. my warranty guide, and I type in catalytic. And
you typed in cat.
And then 6 results popped up, mm-hmm. and then I scroll down, and then it says 8 years or 80,000 miles, whichever comes first.
And under it, above it, it says covered
under warranty. And so that right there was a praise break because
it was amazing.
It was almost like, okay, God worked it out because we didn't have to worry about spending money and everything.
I mean, and that right there, it was amazing. Sorry to cut you off, but
I'm getting cut off too many times.
It was a praise break, y'all. Like, I was crying. We was playing music. It was amazing because in that moment, it wasn't even 24 hours, and God answered that prayer.
And so I called. I called my body shop guy, and I said it's covered in the warranty. He's like, that's how God works. God shines on us in different ways.
Yes, His favor.
So while I'm doing that, I'm also trying to call the dealership to get it in because I want to make sure I can get it in ASAP.
But that didn't happen that same day.
That didn't happen that same day. So I had to call the next day because it was late and the service department was closed and I really couldn't get anybody. So I called next Friday. So I called the next day. I got it in Saturday. I called Friday.
Got an appointment.
And then we woke up Saturday morning. We took it over there. And so I just spoke with my service rep today.
This is today.
And
he confirmed.
He confirmed that it's covered under warranty. And it's also, it was the cat's what they thought it was. Mm-hmm. They found one. They found one cat, but they have to order another one, and it'll be in tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And so the truck will be ready by Wednesday.
So needless to say, all that to say, God did all that. He orchestrated it. He knew everything. He knew the vehicle was under warranty. And I was telling him, the blessing is that the vehicle let him know something was wrong. Because a lot of times we don't know when something is happening, and it happens. So we were blessed throughout this whole thing because the vehicle let us know something was wrong, and then it was covered. Like, it was just like, here it is January, and God is already blessing us. Like, that was a huge blessing that we didn't even see coming. because we were like, oh man, like what are we gonna do? And God's like, I got you, I got this.
Because I was prepared to buy another car. Like I was prepared to be like, okay, let me just go ahead and have them clear the code, and then call my bank and see what the 10-day payoff is, and see what they can do with my car. I was just prepared to buy another car. But then my wife's like, no, God has a plan.
Well, and two, like we're trying to pay him off, and I just didn't feel like that's what God was saying. He knows what we're trying to do. That's the thing too. You let him in on your plans, he wants to help you through them. He wants to be there with you every step of the way. And I didn't feel like he was taking this opportunity to bring us 15 steps back. I was like, no, we got to trust him. He's going to take care of us. Everything's going to be fine. And he did. He did.
So needless to say, I say all that, but I was kind of interrupted about 5 times. It was our testimony, but it was definitely something where God definitely showed up and showed out, and he made a way. So needless to say, I'm very excited to get my truck back because my wife calls me Little Johnny. She had to take me to work this morning and pick me up.
I did.
So I'm like a little kid, she drops me off in the parking lot, she drives off, and then
he had a good day.
I had a good day. Little Johnny had a good day. But Little Johnny will be getting his truck back, so who knows, like, be Little Johnny, be Big Johnny.
And that's a blessing. I mean, again, too, we were talking about the fact that it's a blessing that we do have 2 cars, because some people are not as fortunate as and we're blessed to have 2 cars, and we have 2 cars. So we thank God for that blessing. But this whole experience, to God be the glory. From the warranty, from the car letting us know, like he, even in the small, minute details, God is there, orchestrating and fixing things for your good and in His name and for His favor. So we thank Him for that, for sure. I'm excited, y'all, for what's to come in 2025. This is not the end of His mouthpiece. We are just beginning, and claiming His promises, claiming that He is who He says He is. He is still going to be here. He is always there. He wants to hear what you have to say. He loves you, and we're just excited to see what God has for us this year. This is January. We definitely have some more episodes to come. Like I said, I'm excited to grow with you guys. I'm excited to see all the praises and the reports and everything that's going to come from this. Again, I know there's going to be times where it's not going to be as easy, because again, faith is acknowledging that life is hard, but with God, anything is possible. I just want to let you guys know that God loves you. He loves you so much. If you have any questions about God, please reach out to me or my husband. We would love to talk to you, have a conversation with you. Know that God is real. He is very real. And the things that we talk about are what He's given us to talk about. We know that, like I said, I know that this is just the beginning. There is more to come. Greater is coming. He's not done with us yet. There is definitely some more that He has for us to do, and we're here for it. We're here to proclaim His word, to tell you more about Him, and for Him to use us as His mouthpiece. So on that note, your girl AK is out. Love y'all.
We apologize for the interruptions with our kids.
Yes, we do. They are a mess. They're asleep now, but
you see one's up here. Yes. But your boy Q out. God bless.
Bye y'all. God bless.